Former McKinney police officer Eric Casebolt has hired prominent defense attorney Tom Mills in case the pool party takedown leads to criminal charges. It's being described as a preliminary move. There's no indication that charges are about to be filed for the takedown or for Casebolt pulling his gun on two unarmed teens who ran up near him. His police union attorneys said stress from handling two earlier calls that Friday caused his emotions to get the better of him. We wanted to know more about the psychology of stress and sent Fox 4's Sean Rabb today to get a better explanation. Sean, what'd you find out?
Well, Heather, we did get an explanation, not an excuse today, from a forensic psychologist who says stress can add up to a point where the brain changes. You no longer have control over how you think, act, or react to what's happening around you.
And so people know you work with law enforcement and have for years.
I have.
Forensic psychologist Robert Gordon agrees with Eric Casebolt's attorney that the two calls he responded to before the pool party investigation, a suicide and attempted suicide, raised Casebolt's stress level.
Of course they did, because stress is cumulative, so the two traumatic experiences he had earlier in that evening certainly lowered his threshold or trigger for an acting out response due to stress.
And the nature of these two suicide calls took an emotional toll on Eric Casebolt.
Attorney Jane Bishkin said Casebolt didn't want to take the call at the pool party, and Dr. Gordon says he shouldn't have, answering what would have been 3 intense calls in about 90 minutes.
He should have grounded himself. And it's not just a police officer. McKinney Police Department is excellent. But the problem is when you have too much stress, you have to say, I'm not going to fly that plane. I'm not going to teach that class. I'm not going to take that third call. You'd be a hero if you did it, but most of us can't manage the stress.
It doesn't excuse what happened, but it helps us understand the framework of what was going on.
We cannot and must never excuse violence to young people or a police officer. We give him or her the right to exercise force, reasonable force in a situation. But if we don't teach them, train them, not just give them a psychological before they're hired, which we do, but we don't train them, when does that level of stress become so great that it masks your good judgment?
Heather, I spoke with attorney Tom Mills today, and he says he's spoken with Eric Casebolt, adding there's still a lot that needs to be explained to the public about everything that led up to the incident and all of the moving parts at that pool party disturbance itself. Now, while the administrative investigation ended with Casebolt's resignation, his leaving the department would not stop any criminal investigation that's underway, and his hiring Mills kind of suggests Casebolt's concerned criminal charges could be coming.
All right, and we'll keep watching. Sean, thank you.
All right.